So shout out to the great Quant Papa. So a lot of times there is partnerships that basically become forgotten. Now, why is that? Right? Is it out of convenience? No. Is it because we didn't do enough for research at the time? Possibly. But look at this. Jiangsu Huaxin Blockchain Research Institute, Forgotten Partnerships, JBI, Quant China. Now, why would I mention this? Well, three specific things, maybe four. Number one, what you have with conflicts. Understand how big that is for China in itself. And we saw a lot of price action happen recently with that. Like if you came in, I think at the 8 cent mark, oh man, you are a happy camper. On top of that, understand what Casper ironically brings to the table, right? To China. On top of that, understand what's going on with, for instance, Cypherium, right? Even though that's not just Chinese based or anything like that. But again, the key thing here is what all these bring to the table, and especially when it comes to China. I understand the whole thing with Fed now, but I think there's also something there for Cypherium later on down the road. Now, in regards to this, on the topic of quant, I'm going to blow this up. And as you can see, this was a while back, but Quant Network, exclusive partner to China's blockchain research hub for China Ministry of Commerce, Quant Network and the JBI signed a MOU for a 5-year cooperation. Now, by the way, Overledger, like I mentioned, is the only platform to facilitate internet scale development and deployment of decentralized multi-chain applications such as maps and treaty contracts, which are multi-chain smart contracts. Quant Network's token sale, that was, of course, way back. But if you're wondering about this exclusive partnership with Jiangsu Huaxin, they are a blockchain research institute, like it mentions, and they're the first state-owned research hub dedicated to exploring blockchain technology for the Chinese Ministry of Commerce. So that's big because we saw a lot of things happen again recently with conflicts. I think if they continue to help build, right, of course, Quant with his interoperability and so on, you cannot dismiss with what's going on with, China, right, whether you're a fan of them or not. Now, when I got further into this, I want you guys to see this right here. It says they, right, as in the JBI, recognize that without Overledger, listen to this, the major limitations of current blockchain technology include the lack of interoperability and single ledger dependence, which will hold them back from achieving their ultimate goals. So through Overledger, you don't just have companies here in the United States, Europe and so on. We have the whole thing with LAC chain with Latin America, but even China, right? I'll show you guys just a tad bit more about their exclusive partnership with China's blockchain research hub for the China Ministry of Commerce. And by the way, yeah, again, it's a 5-year particular contract, but this part right here, it's a little bit hard for you guys to read, but I do like what it says right here. So it says that they recognize the innovation to move up in the value chain by abandoning the old heavy industry and building up bases of modern formation intensive infrastructure. Why would the Chinese Ministry of Commerce want to get involved with Quant? Probably because they realize that Overledger gets it done at scale like nobody else's business. On top of that, here's some more from the actual official site a while back then. Now, when we jump further into this specifically, you will recognize that, that this particular research institute, again, they've been around for a while. They are probably needing to upgrade or extend this particular 5-year one. This is back in 2018. But if anything, we're going to try to follow this a little bit more. But I wanted to draw you guys' attention to some of these particular things because the main reason for that, if you're wondering, well, why mention it? This happened a while back and so on, is because with everything lined up for Quant, you should see some big things happen for potential upside on Quant. If you were seeing things like Conflux explode with everything what Quant has going on, especially with the Chinese Ministry of Commerce, right, with JBI, something big could be also brewing as well. I've heard some rumors also that there's some things developing, as we also know. June should be big for the digital pound and some other projects that Quant is connected with. But while everybody's focusing on that, I also want people, again, and I'm going to reiterate this, pay attention to what's happening with China and, of course, some of these other projects, not just conflicts, not just Casper. Casper's great too, but also especially for Quant. All right, I want to show you guys one more thing. And this time, of course, it's not in regards to Quant. Actually, it's a little bit more in regards to Quant. So there's this particular interview, and some people say this is speculation and so on. This is him hinting. I don't think it's speculation. I honestly think it is him hinting. He always does these particular interviews with this guy that you see here. I forgot his name, to be honest. I apologize. But yes, Gilbert hinting Overledger on all 5G and 6G systems. Now, why would that be the case? Well, let me show you this much. So to catch you guys up just a little bit on what I'm talking about, I want to, show you this right here. So a while ago, not too long ago, I think I did it basically, a week ago, something like that. There is this particular video right here. So it says, Quant shows me, it says Maximus presents a Vodafone, right? Shout out, of course, to Quant Papa. Now, the reason why you need to understand the Quant connection with Vodafone is because Vodafone is Europe's largest, mobile-based network for the many different European countries, right? That particular region, with what they bring to integrated SIM cards, right? So Vodafone is Overledger's integrated SIM cards. Now that we established, for you guys who might not be caught up with this, why that's significant is because you have this right here, which is this particular interview with Gilbert Veridian, CEO of Quant, where he's basically kind of like hinting, if you will, this whole thing with 5G and 6G and why it's huge. The reason why it's huge because Overledger, again, is not single layer utility, multiple layer utility. I'm going to play this 1 minute and 8 seconds. I think this is absolutely huge for Quant. I understand and respect the whole thing in regards to NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, heck, even Cypherium, right? There's a lot of that going on. But listen to what he says here, and we'll come back in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Here we go. Smash that like. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys.
So give us some hints though, Gil. I know you can't because of NDAs and everything.
Communications, so telcos.
That's
we're in quite a few discussions, and it's really the link between blockchain, IoT, 5G.
Where Qualcomm or 4G or 5G chips are used in your phone, you don't know what they are. They just allow you to connect to the mobile network. But blockchain will allow us to connect to all of these blockchain networks and to transact securely.
But we're able to actually update global financial systems to digital assets to a modernized version. And so the same way, our phones and our data can roam the world and work in any country, we kind of need our money to do the same.
Your personal or medical health records can be carried in your pocket and accessed as required, the same way we can activate data roaming on our phones when we travel.
Right, these, the next WhatsApp, the next Telegram, the next Facebook, whatever they do, yeah.
Payment companies interested in it. We've got telecoms companies interested in it, so they're all on the call.
All right, so, come on, guys, really. Here's the thing. How many times did he mention specifically some of these particular technologies? And the nice thing, and, again, shout out to Quant Papa, he takes all of this and he chops it up and he puts it into one compilation to bring it to us, to have somebody like myself to bring you guys the news. Extremely bullish on the likes of Quant. When we talk about Quant is, part of our top 3. Sometimes, people say, well, XRP number 1. So yeah, I get that. But my thing is, consistently speaking, it's way up there. Understanding that, 100 plus blockchains make it interoperable. Some people feel as though, well, where's the real utility? you know, the focus should be on payments, should it? Because if we're at Web3 and we're constantly evolving with some of these particular technologies and so on, and you have one that's ahead of the whole pack, it makes everything interoperable, makes it so it's appealing for devs to come in and build on Overledger. All they have to do is own the QNT token that becomes what? The license fee, if you will, for the software. It's genius. It's beautiful. And 3 lines of code. Come on. I'm very, very excited in regards to that. So when I saw the whole thing with what I did with my research for the recorded for Vodafone, and I saw that, I said, you know what? That is really, really big. Understanding how big Verizon was, right? Back in, I don't know, 2006 to 2011, 2012, roughly in that particular time. They had their time to shine. You're going to see quite a few other providers, whether it is Vodafone in Europe and so on, but that Quant connection, if you have an entire continent of people who are on their system for Overledger, and Overledger makes it all interoperable for all these 5G and in the future 6G systems. Wow. You know, if you're excited about owning ETH at dirt cheap prices at, you know, at one point, and saw that unpopular gas fee being triggered over and over and over, and saw that go to all-time highs, this is where people get the expression of, yeah, load up on Quant, because with Quant, you could see $10,000 a coin sooner than some of the other particular ones and so on. And for me personally, I'm not into Quant for 10,000 a coin. I mean, for the long haul of at least 100K. Some people feel as though, not just me, by 2030 could be the first $1 million coin. Some people think I'm crazy for saying some of those things. I don't care. That's the way I look at it. And just because I'm a content creator doesn't mean I can't have freedom of thought. Anyway.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have not yet subscribed, do yourself a favor and subscribe for more information on the ISO 222 compliant tokens, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you are aware of the new videos when they come up. Max and I cover these ISOs, and we also have a live show every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in for that. You won't want to miss it. Thanks again, and we will see you on the next video.